You think you know yourself, your name, your face, the fact that you're human. But here's something most people never stop to consider. The version of you sitting here right now almost never happened. 70,000 years ago, the entire human population on this planet dropped to fewer than 2,000 people. 2,000! That's less than the crowd at a small local concert. And before things got that desperate, before it was nearly just you, there were others. 6 other human species, walking the same earth, breathing the same air, gone. So the real question is, why are you the one still here? Let's go back. 2 million years ago, the genus Homo appears for the first time in Africa. Paleoanthropologist Chris Stringer of London's Natural History Museum calls this the beginning of the greatest experiment in the history of life. Not a lab experiment, a nature experiment. 2 million years long, using human species as the test subjects. Species number 1, Homo habilis, the handy human. They appeared around 2.4 million years ago. Small, a brain roughly half the size of yours. But they did something no animal had ever done before. They picked up a rock and smashed it into another rock, on purpose, to make a tool. That sounds simple, but in a world where everything relied on teeth and claws to survive, using a stone as an extension of your hand was a quantum leap. Homo habilis lasted about 1.6 million years. Then they vanished. Species number 2, Homo erectus, the upright human. These were the world's first true travelers. They left Africa, crossed continents on foot, made it all the way to Asia, to Java, to China, before boats existed, before maps existed, before anything existed. Homo erectus also mastered fire. They cooked food. Harvard anthropologist Richard Wrangham believes this single act, cooking, is what caused the human brain to grow so dramatically. Cooked food is easier to digest. More energy reaches the brain. The brain expands. Everything changes. Homo erectus survived for nearly 1.9 million years, the longest-running human species in history. Then they were gone. Species number 3 was hiding in a cave in Siberia for so long that scientists didn't even know they existed. In 2010, archaeologists found a tiny finger bone in Denisova Cave, Russia. They extracted DNA. The results stunned the entire scientific world. It wasn't any known human species. It was something completely new. They named them the Denisovans. And here's what makes it extraordinary. Denisovan genes are still inside you. If you have ancestry from Southeast Asia or Oceania, roughly 3 to 5% of your DNA came from them. They didn't fully disappear. They became part of you. Species number 4, Homo heidelbergensis. Think of them as the common ancestor of both you and the Neanderthals. Massive, powerful, a brain nearly as large as yours. They hunted giant animals, built temporary shelters, and may have been the first human species to develop complex social bonds. Then they split into 2 branches. One branch became Neanderthals. The other branch eventually became you. Species number 5 is the smallest, and possibly the most surprising. Homo floresiensis, the Flores human. Discovered on the Indonesian island of Flores in 2003. 1 meter tall, smaller than your average 10-year-old. A brain the size of an orange. And yet, they made stone tools. They hunted animals 3 times their size. They survived until just 50,000 years ago. Scientists still argue about what killed them. A volcanic eruption? Disease? Or the arrival of your ancestors? Species number 6 is the one you've heard of, Neanderthals. And forget everything you think you know about them. They were not primitive cave dwellers. Neanderthals buried their dead. They placed flowers on graves. They cared for injured members of their group. They made jewelry. They may have had language. Researcher João Zilao found evidence that Neanderthals were painting cave walls before modern humans even arrived in Europe. So why did they disappear around 40,000 years ago, right after Homo sapiens showed up? No single answer. Some theories say we simply outnumbered them. Some say climate change finished them off. But the most fascinating theory? They didn't disappear at all. They merged with us. If you don't have exclusively African ancestry, between 1 and 4% of your DNA is Neanderthal. That DNA controls parts of your immune system. It influences your hair texture. It may even determine how your body responds to certain viruses today. Neanderthals are inside you, right now. So back to the original question. Why did you survive when they didn't? Most scientists point to one thing: language. But not just any language. The ability to tell stories about things that don't exist yet. You can tell a stranger across a valley that there's a herd of deer 2 days' walk to the north without taking them there. You can plan, you can coordinate, you can build trust with people you've never met. Yuval Noah Harari calls this the ability to gossip at a cosmic scale. The reason humans can organize in groups of millions, united by shared beliefs in things like money, nations, or gods. No other species has ever done that. Here's what I want you to take away from this. The next time you feel fear for no reason, that's Homo habilis, still scanning for predators. The next time you feel the urge to explore, that's Homo erectus, still walking toward the horizon. The next time you feel a deep connection to a stranger, that's Neanderthal, still reaching across the fire. You are not just Homo sapiens. You are the sum of 2 million years of experiments, failures, extinctions, and mergers. 6 species disappeared, but they didn't really disappear. They're in every breath you take, in every decision you make, in every moment of fear and courage and curiosity. You didn't just survive. You are all of them, still alive. If you want more, subscribe and hit the bell. Don't miss what's coming next.